American history is filled with legendary geniuses, bold heroes, brilliant visionaries. But for every stroke of genius, there's been a spectacular misstep. Today, we're looking beyond simple mistakes. We're talking about decisions so short-sighted, so arrogant, or so utterly baffling, they've earned their makers a permanent spot in history's Hall of Fame for poor judgment. These are 5 figures whose choices still leave us asking one simple question: what in the world were you thinking? 1. General George Custer. First up, the ultimate example of fatal overconfidence, General George Armstrong Custer. In 1876, Custer was ordered to help force the Lakota and Cheyenne back to their reservation. But Custer, arrogant and hungry for personal glory, made not 1, not 2, but 3 catastrophic errors. He ignored direct orders to wait for reinforcements. He split his already outnumbered force into 3 groups in completely unfamiliar territory. And he utterly underestimated the size and strength of the Native American coalition waiting for him at the Little Bighorn. The result? The Battle of the Little Bighorn, where Custer and every single one of the 210 men under his direct command were wiped out in under an hour. A historic military disaster born entirely from one man's reckless arrogance.
This next story shows how words can literally lead to violence. It's 1856. The nation is tearing itself apart over slavery. Abolitionist Senator Charles Sumner took to the floor to deliver a 2-day speech called The Crime Against Kansas. It was fiery, it was passionate, and it was packed with deeply personal, vicious insults aimed at pro-slavery Senator Andrew Butler. 2 days later, Butler's nephew, Congressman Preston Brooks, marched into the Senate chamber, found Sumner at his desk, and beat him nearly to death with a heavy wooden cane. Sumner was so badly injured, it took him 3 years to return to the Senate. Now, Brooks was clearly the attacker, but Sumner's choice to use such needlessly inflammatory personal insults in that powder keg atmosphere directly provoked a violent assault that shocked the nation and pushed us closer to civil war. Number 3, Governor John Sutter and the Gold Rush. Sometimes a lack of foresight is its own kind of foolishness. In 1848, carpenter James Marshall found gold flakes in a California river on land owned by his boss, John Sutter. Sutter panicked. He swore Marshall to secrecy, terrified that news would destroy his agricultural empire. But the secret leaked. The gold rush exploded overnight. And what did Sutter do? Instead of adapting, instead of capitalizing on the discovery, he spent years in lengthy, futile court battles trying to evict the hundreds of thousands of miners flooding his land. He failed completely. His fields were trampled, his livestock stolen, his property overrun. The man who owned the land where the gold rush started died nearly penniless. He was so busy trying to stop the wave, it never occurred to him to right it.
Number 4, General John Pope and his Swords Over Guns order. Early in the Civil War, Union General John Pope was given command of a new army. To inspire his men, he issued a series of incredibly pompous, arrogant proclamations. He insulted previous commanders, and he famously announced his headquarters would be in the saddle, leading critics to joke his headquarters was where his hindquarters should be. But his worst decision was tactical. He ordered his cavalry to carry only sabers and pistols into battle, dismissing the newer, far more effective repeating carbine rifles as unnecessary. This meant his cavalry was brutally outgunned by Confederates with modern weapons. His arrogant leadership and poor tactics helped cause the Union's crushing defeat at the Second Battle of Bull Run. He was quickly relieved of command. His career was sunk by his own big mouth and an even bigger ego. Number 5, Mayor Big Bill Thompson of Chicago. Our final entry is a masterclass in cynical, stupid pandering. In the 1920s, Mayor Chicago William Hale Big Bill Thompson was in a tough re-election fight. To win votes in the city's large German and Irish communities, who were often anti-British, he made an unbelievable campaign promise. He vowed that if the King of England ever came to Chicago, he, the mayor, would punch him in the snout. He ran on an openly anti-British, America First platform that was pure political theater. And he won. His corrupt, clownish administration became a symbol of the worst of Prohibition-era politics. He wasted public money, fought silly cultural battles, and let organized crime thrive. He used blatant, jingoistic stupidity as a political tool, and it worked, making a complete mockery of civic leadership. So, from the battlefield to the Senate floor to the goldfields and City Hall, history isn't shaped only by smart choices. It's also shaped by epic blunders, arrogant miscalculations, and moments of sheer head-scratching folly. These stories remind us that character, judgment, and sometimes just basic common sense matter immensely in positions of power. Now, I want to hear from you. Who do you think takes the crown for the most baffling decision in American history? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this look at history's less brilliant moments, do us a huge favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the past.